All right, some news in college sports. This one out of the White House around paying players in both revenue and non-revenue sports. The issue is complicated, so let's try to make sense of it and bring in Brandon Copeland. He played in the NFL for 10 years. He's the founder of Copeland Media. He's a member of our Financial Wellness Advisory Board, also graduated from the Wharton School, University of Business, so knows business, money, and sports. And Brandon, as our viewers probably know, I'm a Virginia Tech Hokie. I'm a proud Hokie. I love the school. I am terrified that the current state of the NIL situation, name, image, and likeness money, is going to basically make a super league of like 20 teams, and everybody else is screwed. What does this executive order do, and where are we right now in the big money college sports?
Yeah, Brian, I think ultimately what the president is seeing is he's seeing that the route we're on in college athletics is just unsustainable. He's seeing a lot of money flow into it fast, and he actually calls out in the executive order that it looks like it's a race to the bottom. And so he issues this executive order and makes a bunch of statements, and it's very important to keep in mind that none of it is actual rules or bills or policy. However, what a lot of folks in college athletics are wondering is, does the president hold or withhold federal funding from schools who don't listen to the statements that he's making in this executive order and take action of banning third-party NIL payments that are not brand sponsorships, which frankly has been a rule in the NCAA since 2021. So again, there are a lot of statements within here. Ultimately, he's looking to try to create a sustainable future for college athletics, but the only true sustainable future for college athletics is to treat it similar to pro athletics and allow the college athletes to organize in their own players association and then to agree and negotiate the terms of their participation. That's the only way you'll have enforceable rules in the future. Yeah,
I'm going to utter, I guess, words that we're not supposed to say on TV, Brandon, so cover your ears. I don't understand the executive order. I just don't. I'm trying to understand it. College sports. I'm also a parent of a Division I athlete, by the way, so I'm sort of was in the world. It feels like the Wild West in college sports, particularly on the revenue generators, football and basketball, football in particular, your world. Is there any clarity right now, Brandon? Is this sustainable? Because it doesn't feel sustainable.
Yeah, this is absolutely not sustainable. And you're exactly right. The executive order doesn't really do anything to help create a substantial set of rules for college athletics. And the president doesn't actually have that type of power. Ultimately, there's a lot of leaders actually in college athletics who've reached out and said, hey, so whose rules do we follow? Do we follow our state laws now? Do we follow the executive order? Do we follow the House settlement terms? Do we follow the NCAA bylaws, or whose rules do we follow? The College Sports Commission. And so, again, until the leaders on both sides, the schools, the NCAA, the conferences, sit down across from the table with the players through their own players association, which we built athletes.org to do just that. And over 4,800 athletes believe that's the answer. And they negotiate those terms. They set those rules. Then that will be the only way you'll have a sustainable solution that can actually be enforced. Until you do that, then all of these things were the powers that we try to enforce rules, they become antitrust violations and end up in court.
Can I one, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Brandon, but I have a lot of friends that are athletes and ex-athletes from not that long ago, by the way, like yourself, right? Coming from the Gilman School in Baltimore. I would say go Dons, but that's your competitor. So anyway, I won't say that. He's smiling. He knows what I mean. Is it frustrating as an ex-player, like you were a recruiter, you went to the University of Pennsylvania because it was great academic school and whatever. But if somebody came to you and said, hey, Brandon, here's $3 million, come play for us at Ohio State, and then next year you go for $2 million somewhere else, is that frustrating as a former player to see, or are you generally happy for the players and their families because they're getting rich when they're like 19 years old? Maybe they should because they've generated a lot of wealth for the colleges and the NCAA.
Yeah, I think what people have to realize, the second most popular sport in our country is college football. It's not the NBA or the MLB. Generates billions of dollars in revenue every single year to the tune of over 13 billion. And finally, athletes are being cut into that pie. Right now, they're trying to be classified through name, image, and likeness, which is a marketing deal. But if you call it what it is, which is pay for play, you're going to a school to play tight end, play quarterback, and pay athletes based off of that, then you can set real rules that can be enforced. But again, the athletes have to be at the table to agree to those rules. If not, then you're limiting their earning potential. And again, you're violating antitrust, which the NCAA has lost every single antitrust ruling this century.